and also came from the Middle Ages, from bakers experimenting with making new types of communion wafers, but they realized they were too good for church, so they started selling them on the street, and they became popular street food, and that became more and more ornate with toppings and stuff like that. You know, put a Darth Vader in it.
I don't know why I assumed it's from Canada, but I think it's because it's covered in syrup and it's nice. Yeah.
They were brought to America, these waffles.
Yeah.
These waffles! These waffles, they're coming to my country and taking over my French toast. My American French toast.
Nobody eats pancakes anymore.
Could there be some truth in that? That was straight off the plantation. These black folk come with these waffles, taking over our American pancakes. How long has the hate been going on? See, we look at what's on the surface. I look at the foundation, and I think it's a big distraction. And who else would want us distracted right now? Who else would want us considering everything else but who to vote for to make these type of things impossible to happen? How does politics influence what happened to Pnb Rock? I memorized your name, bro, because I really believe that you're a historical figure if change is ever to be made. See, now, I would have preferred, instead of us bashing him, that we bashed the establishment that created the situation. Because if we had another president and there was still financial benefits floating through the hood, this wouldn't have happened. When the pandemic was at its greatest height and the financial assistance provided by President Donald Trump was in the streets, you had bums with shopping carts with chains. Nobody would have even noticed him then. But based on the political spectrum and the lack of resources that we received from the previous administration, catch that, with the fact that there's something that the LAPD is trying to cover up that happened right around the corner from this place that should have sent us off. Like Pac say, we'll burn this, put it down, you get it. You get where I'm coming from. Tune, Yellow, Bone, Sebop. It's not time to fight. It's time to unite. Come up with resources and solutions instead of showing how hard we are. We all know we all that. But it's time for us to show them that we know the true strength of warfare in the political spectrum that we're hated in, according to being in the wilderness that we're in. It looks like a divide and conquer tactic. Because I tell you, if this was a sloppy lick, they would have had him already. I'm sure the feds and everybody is investigating this case. No, if it was a common thug, he'd have been in common cuffs. I promise you that. Promise you.
Want us to be anti-him, then let him stop socially degrading us, politically oppressing us, economically exploiting us. Every time there's an election, the races are so close that they have to have a recount. They had to recount over in Massachusetts. It was so close. Same thing with Kennedy and Nixon when they ran for president. What does this mean? Well, it means that every time these old white politicians are evenly divided and black people have a block of votes to their own, it's left up to you and me to decide who's going to sit in the White House and who's going to be in the doghouse. The time is long overdue for you and me to become more politically mature and realize exactly what the ballot is for, what we're supposed to get when we cast a ballot, and that if we don't cast a ballot, is going to end up in a situation where we're going to have to cast a bullet.
If that wasn't deep, y'all don't know what deep is. That was the words of Malcolm X. If you don't cast the ballot, be prepared to cast a bullet. This speech was given in 1964, which many people said led to his death. It's that time again. From 64 to 2024. This is going to be one of the biggest elections ever. And it starts with these primary elections coming up. As you heard Brother X speak about the recount with the Kennedy and Nixon election, they trumped that by throwing in the electoral college vote. So that don't happen no more. So that emphasizes us voting for these people now in these primaries and general elections to put forth their power. The caucus, all of those elections are important, and us speaking our mind and letting the government know we understand the power of the ballot and why it's important to vote. It's not about trying to be cool or cooning. It's about playing your role. Because Malcolm X said it a long time ago, and it still stands today. We got brothers right now that's our people, freedom fighters, mass liberators, on that ballot, depending on our vote, to put them in power to help make changes. So we're going to still say it's not our obligation to vote. We still going to stand on that. When we demonstrated here in Nevada and Las Vegas, Clark County, through the mass liberation and the Plan organization, that we can have parole, probation, and currently incarcerated individuals now vote. Our power of the vote did that by us hitting the streets and letting people know. So as I prepare for work today to do the same thing, that's what's on my mind. Think about it.